You know, folks, we live in a world that's constantly buzzing, always demanding something from us. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, stressed, and just plain worn out. And look, ignoring these feelings, trying to just tough it out, it doesn't work. In fact, it can make things worse, impacting your health, your relationships, your work, everything. We've got to face this head on. Taking care of your mental health is just as important as taking care of your physical health. It's about feeling good on the inside, being able to handle life's curveballs, and living up to your full potential. And let's be real, in today's world, it's a necessity, not a luxury. That's why we're going to be talking about ways to manage stress and anxiety, practical tips you can use in your everyday life. We're talking about taking control back, folks, getting a hold of your emotions and your life. We're going to dive into something called seasonal affective disorder, or SAD. Ever notice how your mood takes a nosedive when the days get shorter? You're not imagining it. That's SAD, and it's more common than you think. See, your body's internal clock, your circadian rhythm, it relies on sunlight. When you don't get enough, it can mess with your sleep, your energy levels, your mood, everything. You might feel sluggish, irritable, have trouble sleeping, even lose interest in things you used to enjoy. Now, what can you do about it? First, light therapy. Special lamps that mimic sunlight can make a world of difference. Get outside when you can, even if it's cloudy. That natural light still helps. And here's the thing, exercise isn't just for your body, it's for your mind too. Even a little bit can boost those feel-good chemicals in your brain. Don't underestimate the power of a good walk, folks. Exams. Two little words that can strike fear into the hearts of students everywhere. The pressure, the expectations, the sheer volume of information you're expected to cram in, it's enough to make anyone crack. But here's the deal, you can't perform at your best if you're running on fumes. First things first, organization is key. Break down those study sessions into manageable chunks. Trying to do it all at once is a recipe for disaster. And listen, don't be afraid to ask for help. Talk to your teachers, your classmates, your family. Sometimes just saying it out loud can take some of the pressure off. Remember, you're not alone in this. Sleep. Don't underestimate the power of a good night's rest. You'd be surprised how much clearer things seem after a solid 8 hours. And put down the energy drinks. They'll only make you crash harder later. Chapter 3. Look, life's a marathon, not a sprint. Stress is a part of life, but it doesn't have to rule your life. Little things add up, and I'm talking about building healthy habits that can make a world of difference. First and foremost, take a breath. Seriously, deep intentional breathing can calm your nervous system and clear your head. Try it right now. Breathe in, hold it, breathe out slowly. See? Feels better already. Next up, mindfulness. It's about being present in this moment, not dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. There are tons of apps and techniques out there. Find what works for you. And don't forget to make time for things you enjoy. Hobbies, spending time with loved ones, even just curling up with a good book. These aren't luxuries, folks. They're essential to recharging your batteries. Chapter 4. Now, we've been talking about managing stress and anxiety, but here's the hard truth. Sometimes it's more than you can handle on your own. And that's okay. There's no shame in asking for help. In fact, it's a sign of strength. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if your everyday life is being impacted, if you're having thoughts of hurting yourself or others, it's time to reach out to a professional. These feelings are real, but they don't have to control you. There are therapists, counselors, support groups, all sorts of resources available. Don't suffer in silence. Reaching out can be the first step towards getting your life back on track. You deserve to feel better, and there are people who want to help you get there. Don't wait until things reach a breaking point. Chapter 5. Now, I've invited some folks to share their stories. Because sometimes hearing from others who've been there can make all the difference. These are real people who've faced their own struggles with stress and anxiety. And they're here to tell you you're not alone. We'll hear from Sarah, a single mom who juggles work and family, about how she learned to prioritize her mental health. Then there's John, a college student who overcame crippling test anxiety. And finally, we'll hear from Maria, who found solace and support in a local anxiety support group. Their stories are powerful reminders that there's hope, even when things seem darkest. Remember, you are not alone. There are people who understand, people who care, and people who want to help. Don't give up. Look, we've covered a lot of ground today, from seasonal slumps to exam stress to the importance of seeking professional help. Remember, taking care of your mental health is not a luxury, it's a necessity. You deserve to feel your best, and it starts with making yourself a priority. Practice those stress-busting techniques, build those healthy habits, and don't hesitate to reach out for help if you need it. And remember, you're not alone on this journey. Share your thoughts, your tips, your own stories in the comments below. Let's support each other, lift each other up, and break the stigma surrounding mental health. You got this.